Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. This is Mr. Schramm.
Hi everyone, Miss Cooper here.
Hello, LHS. Mr. O'Brien here.
Hi, my name is Mr. McCann. I am Irish, and so I'm going to be talking about what I know about St. Patrick's Day.
For those of you that may not know, St. Patrick's Day is the day in which St. Patrick is celebrated as the patron saint of Ireland and being known as the person who brought Catholicism to Ireland and converted people to that faith.
St. Patrick is a widely known and celebrated figure in Ireland for many reasons. There's the idea that he expelled all the snakes from Ireland and got rid of all the bad creatures in that sense. So if you went over to Ireland, you wouldn't find any snakes, and people thank St. Patrick for that.
In that, it really gave us a day to take pause and reflect upon those that came before us, specifically my ancestors that came here from Ireland to work in those coal mines, because they came here to not only create a better life for themselves and their families, but for future generations. You know, working in a coal mine day in and day out, they knew that they weren't going to improve their current family situation immediately, but for other generations to come, they knew that they were doing the best thing for them. And here I am and my family benefiting from their sacrifice and their hard work.
It is very widely celebrated in Ireland, where my family comes from, and it is also very widely celebrated here in America by people who are Irish and not even people who are Irish anymore.
Overall, it's just a celebration of being proud of where you're from and being Irish.
I guess in today's setting, a day like St. Patrick's Day reminds me of time that I got together with family and friends to celebrate this occurrence, and also just another opportunity to celebrate being with one another.
It is celebrated in a lot of different ways now. There's traditions of the St. Patrick's Day parade that happens in the city. It's very common to eat some more traditionally Irish food, having potatoes in some sort. Usually mashed potatoes is the most common. Corned beef and cabbage is a very popular thing, as well as Irish soda bread.
My family's from Dublin, and they do celebrate St. Patrick's Day by having parades and celebrating and just having a great time. They usually have the World Series of rugby around that time in Ireland, and they say World Series to kind of compare how it is for baseball to here. And it's kind of like football on Thanksgiving for Americans.
In Scranton, where all of my family is, they have one of the top 5 biggest St. Patrick's Day celebrations parades in the country. I think it's actually even slightly bigger than the one they do in Dublin, believe it or not, it really is. And my grandfather was a federal judge in Scranton, and his office looked down upon where the end of the parade would go. And every year we would go to his office, plenty of food and family, and we watched the parade and we would celebrate with each other. And then that's my mother's side. And then on the O'Brien side, my grandmother, Sally as we called her, it was like a month-long celebration. Endless loaves of Irish soda bread, ham and cabbage, corned beef, any kind of Irish traditional cuisine you can think of we had. And that was St. Patrick's Day for us.
I don't think St. Patrick would typically be excited about how we celebrate it, since he was a dedicated Catholic. But I think over the years, obviously this holiday has changed a lot, and just like a lot of other holidays. But I think it's important to remember and to consider the founding of that holiday.
In America, we still have parades, we still have a party, but it's more of an excuse for some people to go out and have a good time.
Traditionally, St. Patrick's Day in Ireland is more of a day of reverence than it is a party or a celebration, being that he is the patron saint of Ireland. And so a long time ago, going like 20, 30 years ago, it was a little calmer than it is now. If you do go to Dublin or say Galway for St. Patrick's Day, you will see parades and a lot of pomp and circumstance, if you will, in the streets, and they really do enjoy themselves and have a good time celebrating.
In a normal pre-COVID times, my father actually plays the bagpipes and plays in an Irish bagpipe and drum band. So to make us even more Irish, he does that, and he plays in the St. Patrick's Day parade in New York City every year. So our tradition is usually to go into the city to watch him march his portion of the parade, and then we'll come back for the later afternoon or evening back home, and What we eat or cook for each other will vary each year. Try to throw something Irish in there, but it's not always necessary. But the one thing we almost always do food-wise that's a tradition is either bake or eat what's already been baked of Irish soda bread. So we love having that. It's just like a way to kind of honor our roots a little bit and celebrate that stuff as much as we can.
Typically on a day like this, where I get together with family or friends, we eat a lot in terms of a very limited type of food. I typically help myself to a lot of potatoes, all of the potatoes in fact. And before I was a vegetarian, I had a lot of corned beef and cabbage. I still to this day go out of my way to buy several loaves of Irish soda bread. I can't get enough of the stuff. I would certainly put it on camera for you all to see, but unfortunately I've eaten it all, so that means I gotta go back to the store soon.
When I was younger, my dad would pick us up from school and go get us Shamrock Shakes from McDonald's. And of course, my favorite part of St. Patrick's Day is planting a potato for good luck. It's supposed to bring good luck for a whole year, and you're supposed to plant them every year. They never actually grew any of them that I've planted, but I'm always hopeful, and hopefully next year they will.
Hopefully when all this is over, we can go back to seeing the parade in person and just be around people, because that's the best part of the holidays.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. And don't forget, on St. Patty's Day, everyone's Irish. Thank you very much.